Leader of the Senate, Opeyemi Bamidele, has defended the decision of the National Assembly to ratify the proclamation of the state of emergency in Rivers State by President Bola Tinubu, saying lawmakers deserve commendation and not criticisms, stressing that instead of being vilified, National Assembly members should be commended for approving the emergency rule. Bamidele clarified the development at the 29th convocation of Ekiti State University in Ado-Ekiti, Ekiti State, where he bagged an honorary doctorate degree. While defending their intervention on the emergency rule, the Senate leader argued that as a responsible and responsive parliament, they treated the matter as an extraordinary measure in the interest of peace and without giving room for parochial interest. Speaking further, the chieftain of the ruling All Progressive Congress observed that the ratification of the emergency rule by the National Assembly significantly eased political tension in the state and lamented that rather than applaud the National Assembly for preventing anarchy, lawmakers were subjected to all forms of toxic criticism that do not portray their image well before the Committee of Nations. According to him, the barrage of attacks, especially from the opposition parties, are viciously launched based on emotion and not reason. He lamented that the Senate is being vilified by some political actors who do not bother about what happens to the national security, but about their parochial interest. He stressed that regardless of the unpatriotic moves, the Senate firmly stands for peace and stability of Nigeria. Frank, what do you make of the story?
Well, what I feel is protecting what already they have done. So what else do you expect him to say? Are they actually working for the interest of Rivers State? My informed man is no. Ordinarily, like when we saw of the national security, as we're discussing now, there are issues of insecurity in the land which they need to do something without wasting of time. But what is happening in Rivers State is pure politics, which they can also which can be addressed without state of emergency. But when you listen to the factors or the reasons given why state of emergency was imposed on Rivers State, for me it's laughable. For me, we have taken politics beyond maybe our understanding. Ordinarily, if you're talking about national security, as we're discussing now, there are issues that our federal government using the security agencies to tackle have failed to do. Today we have forgotten about Leah Sharibu, a Nigerian, who we don't know our whereabouts. And we are discussing, oh, we saved Rivers State, we saved Nigeria. Mr. President is the one that is commanding the entire armed forces. No doubt about that. But now we are discussing, oh, what we did. And when you went against the constitution, they said to take majority, you use what we call first vote. Ordinarily, those things that they have done supposed to have been swept under carpet. And nobody should even come out to say, we are defending, we are protecting Rivers State. Well, they are protecting us, no doubt. But under what guise are they protecting Rivers State? For the economic benefit of the people or for their personal interest? But when you look at what has happened, ordinarily, Mr. President has that, not a right, in a way, privilege to have done something beyond what you're saying. He can call
what would you have Mr. President do in this instance?
See, this is pure dirty politics.
Okay, go ahead.
Petty politics that we are seeing in Rivers State.
Petty politics.
Petty politics.
All right.
Sorry, it's not in Nigeria. We don't want to say the truth.
What would you have Mr. President do?
For me, if we were discussing constitutional, national security, can anybody point to what actually we say is a threat to national security, or what we say eminent? Eminent, if by my little knowledge of English, is futuristic. What you think may happen, but it has not happened. So if you think so to happen, you call the what you call state actors, or what you call the political gladiators to order.
Has that been done before now?
What has been done? Can you mention, is it what you call the agreement paper? So Mr. President can call me, like for me now, if the president or the governor of Rivers or even the state of Rivers calls Frank, say, Frank, I want to see you. You think I will? No one can call a governor. I mean, president cannot call anybody and say, come, and you will not go. Why are we deceiving ourselves in this part of the world? We play the ostrich. We play the ostrich, and that's why we will not get it very well as a nation.
All right.
I am not talking as if maybe I'm a fool. I reason because we see what is happening in any nation of the world. Any nation that must progress must be in a way transparent in having issues of common interest. There's no common interest in what you're saying in River State.
All right.
It's about my personal interest. So for me, telling the whole world, because today is like defending that what they've done was good, and the whole world is now, he said they are presenting them in bad light. Are they gone? What stopped them from doing what Constitution actually provided? See, we have killed our Constitution.
All right.
Sorry, because one, they don't allow Constitution to guide us. See, I was told based on the Bible, laws are made for man. So you can also, what they have also told us that they can choose to obey the law or not to obey the law. And so far as we're in power, I can be arrested for talking. Not just for talking, but not abusing anybody. But some folks can come and kill people and will not be arrested. So my concern is that Mr. President can call Dr. Stephen Fubra, can call the minister, say, look, for the interest of peace in River State, come together. Because what they're saying, let me tell you first before I drop. No killing in River State as a result of politics. I mean, in this dispensation, I don't mean previous ones.
There has been no killing.
Can you point to it?
All right.
No killing.
Okay.
We have seen that assassination act committed over 7 years ago. People killed, houses destroyed. But in this dispensation of Fubra, I'm not talking for Fubra, I'm talking about Rivers people. So for me, it's an abuse of power in a way. And you are using the law, the tool of the law, to suppress people, not to express their views. Today, the DSS will come after people, not going to criminals.
All right, very well.
They go to political perceived opponents,
okay,
which is not good in a way.
Very well, so we don't deviate. You said that since the inception, since 2023, that Governor Fubara became governor, there has been no killing.
Can you see streets?
Right,
is that street fight in River State?
Frank, hold on.
I'm politically.
Frank, we are having a conversation.
Yes.
So calm down, hold on. Now, very quickly, you recall October 23, 2024, yes? Yeah. You recall, was it October or, no, I think it was, I think it should be October or September, thereabout. When they ousted local government chairmen whose tenures were extended.
Yeah.
You recall that crisis.
I will tell you.
Hold on. You recall that crisis that happened. Yeah. Can you honestly say, Frank, that nobody died?
Okay.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Rivers people did not die. No security operative died during that crisis. Can you honestly say that? Or are you saying the people that died weren't human beings, they are cows?
Oh, it's fine for bringing that matter up.
No, it's just a straight question.
I said thank you for bringing that matter up.
Yes.
But I want to be sincere.
Go ahead.
Who were the people that considered the burning down of those places? Were they arrested?
You didn't answer the question.
People were killed on that note.
Did people die?
I said people. I used that word. About 2 persons died. 2 persons. About 2. I wrote on it as a journalist. About 2 persons died. I know what I'm saying. I wrote on it. But was anybody, those who considered the violence?
Now, Energy. See,
no, I've agreed
the question. Hold on. Hold on. Energy. More than 2 persons died. You could say the ones that you know about. More than 2 persons.
The one verified.
The ones that you know about. More than 2 persons died in that crisis. The point I am making is, every single human life in this country should count. So when you are speaking and you say persons never died, I'm just singling out one crisis. I'm just singling out one crisis, and I'm not talking about other crises. You've said a lot of things, actually, and I will want George to have his say. I'll still get back to you. George, you may go ahead. What do you make of this story?
Okay, thank you very much for having me here. I want to say first thing first that as a Rivers man, I am not happy at this point that the state of emergency was pronounced or proclaimed on Rivers State. Sorry. But however, given the situation we found ourselves, I think the president acted rightly.
Why do you say that?
He acted rightly and timely to save, not just Rivers State, but the federation from, going down. You will recall that ever since this crisis began in Rivers State, we've never had peace. the executive arm as against the legislative arm. The matter came to a head and went to court, different stages of the court, from lower court, that is trial court, to the appellate court, and to the Supreme Court. At the end of the day, the Supreme Court gave their ruling, their judgment, and that was when the governor, decided, and the body language does not really show that he actually accepted, the rulings of the Supreme Court. But however, he had no choice because that is the highest court in the land. As at that time, he decided to go present the budget to the State Assembly. Then the State Assembly, who had suffered immensely in the hands of the same governor for the past 18 months, decided to play their own role, not to accept the budget, because you recall that they gave an ultimatum which the governor did not respond to. So when he was ready to meet them, even writing letters that were not acknowledged, they began to play their own. Now at that point, Rivers State would have suffered. I would have loved to pose a question to my friend here. Imagine where the governor was trying to present the budget, because everything runs with the budget. Without the budget, the state will not move forward. Nothing will happen. Contractors to the Rivers State government will not be paid. Civil servants will not be paid.
If you ask me a question,
I'm coming.
Hold on, Frank.
They will not be paid. They will not be paid. So, at the end of the day, the state would have still been held to ransom by today if the president had not waded in to create the state of emergency. You will recall his statement. In his statewide broadcast, the president said, these two arms of government that are supposed to work together for the effective governance of the state are working at variance. What that means is that government has come to a halt. Therefore, the suspension is for both arms of government. So for me, I said the emergency rule is timely to save Rivers State from anarchy, from descending further into anarchy. Because by now, the civil servants wouldn't have been paid, contractors wouldn't have been paid, there would have been a crisis. Talking about calling them for a meeting and all of that, the president has tried earlier before now. When the crisis started, he did. And his 8-point resolution was trashed. In fact, some of our Rivers people were the one encouraging the governor to trash it, that it was unconstitutional. Now the Constitution has given, the court has given their judgment, and even after that, the two parties were still not willing to work together for the improvement and development of the state. So the president had to wade in. Now, on the reason that led to the president declaring state of emergency, you will recall that the governor, at some point when the RYC paid him a visit, he was making a statement like, it is not yet time. When it is time, I will call on you and I will lead from the front.
When the Ijaw Youth Council...
Something like that, paid him a visit.
Is Ijaw Youth Council?
Yes. They paid him a visit in government house. And the kind of utterances the governor was making prior to that time does not even show that he's the chief security officer. Why would he want to align with non-state actors to destabilize the same state? Did he check the oath of office and oath of allegiance to the state that he swore? So at this point, even if you ask me, the worst hit are the legislators, the 10th Assembly of Rivers State, because they have been in and out of court in the last 18 months rather. They have not been paid. They have been suffering. And just after when they got judgment that they would have enjoyed, a state of emergency came. The governor have been in charge all this while. So talking about reversible, it does not change anything. The most important thing is that government is running, the civil service is running, everything is running. The only difference is that the political gladiators have been asked to stay aside while peace returns for the initial 6 months. And if they cannot make up within the 6 months with a calm head, it will continue. Like I said, I am not happy as a Rivers man that it was declared, because we should have a seamless, procedure where a governor will be there to superintend over the state. But unfortunately, the man will have them. Is the problem. I'm talking about the two arms of government refusing to work together. And these two arms are very important to the smooth operations of government. When they have refused, what do you I even pose a question to my brother. If you are the president, what would you have done? You have called earlier. You have called earlier for a meeting. They trashed your resolution. You said you would have called to ask them to do what? If you call and ask them to do what you want them to do and they refuse, what would you do? Would you kill them? The president have acted in line with the power that is vested on him in section 305.
All right.
So I am not against the state of emergency, even though somehow it affects a lot of things, because right now things cannot move the way they are moving. But at least for the sake of peace in our state, in the next 6 months, the state of emergency is okay.
All right, very well. And Awaji, George posed some questions to you, and I have asked you that question before.
What did I ask me?
He asked you, what would you do? You said that the president should have done something. What do you expect the president to do?
Let me tell you what I know.
Go ahead.
Please, we shouldn't play the ostrich in any part of the world, and that's why Nigeria can never progress as a nation. We are in the media. In Myanmar, that's what? Earthquake. That calls for what? An emergency. This is a political emergency. Can you mention how we've had flood? We have flood. Part of the world, emergencies, self-emergency is created to tackle problems. But in Nigeria, we create our own problems. Instead of using the resources to solve problems, we squander and destroy the resources to the detriment of development. Like, I want to tell you my own personal opinion, and from what I have gathered. If Mr. President has so power to solve problems, it is not to remove by constitution of us are quoted. Well, like I said, we have flogged our constitution and it's dead. So we take laws into our hand. He can declare state of emergency on flood. Can you tell me when and where state of emergency was declared on flood, on food insecurity in Nigeria, on education that we say is dying, on health that we are saying that people cannot access health facilities? Such is also a place that our government can declare state of emergency, not political state of emergency to remove somebody from office. I'm informed. So when we are playing politics with our destiny, feeling that, oh, we know it all, I feel that ordinarily, like Goodluck said something about maybe a week ago, that it is difficult to wake somebody who is pretending to be sleeping than somebody who is sleeping. And that's a very good narration. That if sincerely speaking, that Mr. President wants to solve this question, like I said before, I don't think that if Mr. President calls Frank today, Frank Energy will say, come, what is happening in your state? I am not happy. And calls SCD minister and said, two of you are the problem of this river state, and warn them. As all of us, even right. I mean, I'm not saying openly, close door, peace will reign. As we're discussing, the state assembly, all of us are saying, like he also said, they came to present budget.
Now, if you hold on. Because of time, allow me. Frank, you have to be conscious of time.
Yes, I want to say to me, like also issue of timing later. How long did it take Mr. President to also pronounce a state of emergency? And how long did it take the National Assembly to comply?
All right, very well. The question I want to ask you.
When there's misunderstanding, we can solve the problem.
Hold on. The question I want to ask you very quickly is, so far, Frank, you have been a constant person, a regular on open conversation, and you have always taken a stand in River State crisis, a clear stand. Yes. And wouldn't you say that part of the stand that you have taken so far has contributed to the crisis we are in? Because you recall that this could have been averted if the governor had obeyed court judgments in the first instance. Now, you are saying that, which court judgments? You are saying that yourself. And over time, it has accumulated to a point where Supreme Court gave judgment and still upheld the court judgment that you, Frank, even on the show, has always said, the governor, we are waiting for Supreme Court judgment and all that. And now, Supreme Court, hold on. Supreme Court judgment has come.
Yeah.
Is it the president that will tell the governor to obey Supreme Court judgments? You know, some arguments, hold on. Some arguments beats me hollow. Now, for example, when that Supreme Court judgment came,
Yes.
it was a consolidated matter and a consolidated judgment
Yes.
as well.
Yes.
Now, the governor, in a statewide broadcast, said that he is yet to receive the CTC copy of that judgment, and that he is waiting for the CTC copy. Then he will go through it, and his lawyers will advise him on the next step to take. However, that he is going to implement the Supreme Court judgment. Still in the same breath, in the same statewide broadcast, without receiving the CTC copy of that judgment, the governor implemented part of the same judgment he said he is waiting for CTC copy to come, which has to do with the local government's elections. He instructed the local governments, they sacked local government chairmen to hand over to heads of local government administration. And still in the same broadcast, he also instructed that preparations for elections, RISEC, he instructed RISEC. Still in that broadcast, he acknowledged a part of the judgment, and another part of judgment cannot be implemented because he's waiting for CTC copy. One would say, selective implementation of Supreme Court judgment, one would say with the same speed that he has implemented one part of the judgment, one would expect that with the same speed, the governor will go ahead. Recall that the bone of contention is the executive arm of government in the first instance, derecognizing a legislative arm. Would you call that constitutional?
Please, you are becoming a judge.
I am asking you questions.
No. I want to this morning.
Yes.
Today is 1st April. You can't fool me.
Go
you are
ahead.
becoming a judge. You are the one. If I will judge, I'm not the judge whether you accept or not. But you are becoming a judge. Let me tell you for free. Now let me say something. People, the one they say is watching how Nigerians are destroying themselves on parochial sentiment.
Did the governor
obey listen. I listen to the governor. Which of this?
Has the governor obeyed court
Listen.
Go ahead.
Listen. Today we are bamboozling Nigerians on issues that.
Has the governor obeyed court
I cannot give you a straightforward answer, please. Let me know. So I want you. See, you took time to you took up more than 2 minutes to discuss.
Go ahead.
You took 5 minutes to discuss. So allow me to explain myself. The governor, first of all, by virtue of the judgment of Supreme Court, also dissolve, if I will say that one, dissolve the local government council. He did it without wasting time. And also made a pronouncement. I will obey the Supreme Court judgment, and nobody has it. And also, I want a true copy. Judgment is critical and technical. So, and he said, I will obey. I'm not the spokesman of the government. So I don't know why we are not beating about the bush, trying to put asterisks on this and that. He said he will obey. And okay, at the long run, the issue of budget presentation, why must it become issue of hide and seek? Like it did not take 2 days for the declaration of emergency to be fulfilled in River State, but it's taking us 1 week to present budget that is the arrowhead of this discussion. Like my colleague said, I am not in support of political sentiment. What is wrong is wrong. If the government has done wrong, it's wrong. The lawmakers are wrong, but also in a way, they should have also accepted that if there's no lacuna, there's no misunderstanding between the lawmakers and the governor. Can the governor go there and not accept it?
Now taking position.
No.
Can the governor go to the house and they will accept him?
No, my brother. Wait, calm down. Calm down. You don't.
Allow me to learn. When you have your time, you can talk. Please.
You've talked too much.
No, hold on. You have
if you have your time, you have been asking. You and me, we don't have anything to do with this matter. What I'm going to say is a state matter. Governor has gone there. Some of us would have said, see, all of us, we are Rivers people and Nigerians. We see how when we have the power, we are drunk to do anything. Governor, if there's no problem, can governor go to that place and they will not accept him? I don't refer to issues. For me, hypocrisy, dishonesty is what you're playing out.
All right.
You can say what is right and say because you don't like it, you don't like me, what I do, what is as the place is wrong. Governor went to the assembly, they lock him up, they say, oh, it was going to something. Oh my God.
All right, very well. Judge, you can go ahead. You have your say, please.
When he was talking about the governor going to the assembly quarters where they live and where they also hold their sittings,
yes,
that if there was no problem between the two arms, if the governor come there, wouldn't they receive him? We are talking about presentation of a budget that the state will run on. It is not something you just barging into somebody's house without proper notice. Listen, it could be that some of those assembly members were not even around without proper notice. Just like we came here today to talk about this matter. If you had not given us proper notice and we acknowledge it, we will not be here.
That's right.
I cannot just barge in here when there was no invitation. The governor went in there without any acknowledgement from whatever letter he said he wrote that did not get to them. That did not get to them. That's not how they do things. No. We are talking about presentation of budget, and it will take time for those guys to receive that and also defend so.
Let him have his say.
To defend so, they will have to be in the right state of mind. They will prepare their mind. You don't just write and the next day he wrote today, which is Tuesday, by Wednesday you are going to the place. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You give them proper notice. The speaker will read that notice on the floor of the house. They will not agree and write back to the governor. We have accepted that you come on so day to enable us prepare ourselves to be able to receive you. You don't just go in there simply because you feel that you are the governor, you are the landlord of the state. If he had gone to that place and they opened the gate for him, he goes into that place, people were in their houses, how would he have felt? So that is on that. The truth of the matter is, if the executive arm of the government of Rivers State was not directly or indirectly involved in what actually happened, maybe, just maybe, the president wouldn't have suspended him. On the issue whether the president has the powers to suspend, yes, he has the power.
To suspend?
Yes, to suspend.
An elected
yes, he has the power. Listen, he has the power. He has the power. Read through, you will see it somewhere in section 305. The appendix of that section 305, you see it there. The administration of state of emergency in any part of the country, you see it there. The word there is may. So it's discretionary for the president. May, not shall, may suspend the governor or any elected official. He has the right, and the Attorney General of the Federation has also addressed this issue. And this is not even the first time it has happened in Nigeria. It's not the first time. Obasanjo did it in Ekiti State and in Plateau State. And if anybody feels that the president does that, you have the court to go to. Why are we belaboring this matter? Go to the court and seek redress. If you feel the president does not have the power, the constitution does not grant him the power. The constitution gave him the latitude to act in that manner. Like I said, it's discretionary, whether or not he wants to. So in this case, where the two arms of government are even the ones affect, causing the delay, causing the challenge we are having in Rivers, political challenge you are having in Rivers State, the president has the right to suspend them. So that is my position on this matter.